morning, everybody, or afternoon, whenever it is that you would see this. Real World Prepper, and that is me. So just wanted to let you know, another weekend of some fun activities and some projects in the pipeline. One thing I hadn't mentioned yet, but this house that we live in, conventional foundation, and therefore this is my first time in a conventional foundation. I've always lived on a slab, right? So as you guys know, there's a basement and crawl space and all that good stuff. Well, on the east side of the house where the kitchen is and the sink and everything, it kind of sloped off, and there's a few wonky spots, you know, squeaks and a couple of high spots and, you know, lower spots. But this was kind of significant. When we did the painting and wood replacing and took down all the old gutters and everything, we discovered where there was a nook in the back where two parts of the house kind of meet together, and there's like this little alley almost that you go in there. It's about 8 feet deep, and this is where a whole lot of the rot took place, a whole lot of the big gutter system that wrapped around that whole inside that was failed and had rotted a bunch of wood, not to mention it was dumping all the water right there in that spot, washing out underneath that entire east wall, which we believe is the cause of the sagging of the house. Now, it was like this when we bought it. We knew it, you know, but we got in there and fixed it. And a couple more places we're going to get in there and jack up on, you know, that's what we did. We jacked it up, blocked it off, you know, put some posts in there to stand it up good and firm. So we got that taken care of. It's nice and level now and solid. You know, you can jump up and down on it and all that good stuff. So we're pretty pleased about that. Here, let me show you some pictures. All right, so and you know, I mentioned before about knowing people, having friends that and connections that know some of this stuff. Well, my roofer buddy, who's also a carpenter, I guess he's a roofer and carpenter, but he spearheaded this effort, and he's a good guy. He's always trying to take care of me, and you know, do favors for me and everything. So I appreciate it very much. So that's something else we got done. He also brought me over a trailer. I don't yet have a trailer. I think it's something that's very handy that I'm going to need to invest in one day. But for the time being, he loaned me his. Let me show you, and I'll explain what I'm going to do with that. All right, so here's this little trailer. I mean, it's not much to it, but it's plenty big enough for what I need to do. And with the hitch there on the four-wheeler, you know, we've already pulled this thing around with it. So what I'm going to do, I told you about my neighbor that was going to give me a bunch of wood that he's got out in his barn, a bunch of good wood. It was new, but it's been sitting there forever, and I don't know if you can see back through there, but that's my closest neighbor. Real good guy, him and his wife. They're retired. They actually own a home in another big city, or in a big city that's well, it's up around Nashville, and so they spend a lot of time there actually, and so they're not here at this house very often, so it's kind of quiet. Hang on a second. So anyway, the reason I've got the trailer, and I point out the neighbor here, he's offered all this wood, like I say, so I'm going to pull, in fact, I'm going to open this gate up right here, or this fence up right here. It's going to cut some of it back, peel it back, so I can run through there with the four-wheeler and the trailer, and go down there, load up wood, come back, you know, come through here and along here, right down there to the chicken coop, so we can go ahead and get started. I've got some plans, a plan of how I'm going to build this structure, and of course, I've got some wood and stuff too. Now, that's old stuff that we pulled off of other things. But so anyway, between what he's got, what I've got, and if I had to go pick up this or that, I'm going to, as you guys know, build me about a 8 chicken pen down here in addition to this one little one that we brought in, and go ahead and reconfigure the fencing. That's all kind of temporary fencing just standing there, so I'm going to get it all fixed up, and we're going to get it done. And also with the wood, for little RWP, we are going to build a tree house. So I want to show you something here. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on a second.
What do you do?
There's little RWP wearing his shirt. That's right. What does that say?
That says Real World Prepper.
That's right. So anyway, that is what's going on right now. That is the plan and what we got done this weekend. You know, like I say, the underside of the house, which I showed you. A little bit more we're going to do on that, and it's all coming together, one little step at a time. Zombie inspired me with his video yesterday about his Holsteins. That's awesome. We're not going to be doing those kind of animals just because we don't have the space for it and the know-how, but we are going to do chickens. We're going to do goats and all that stuff that I've mentioned before. Right here in this spot, of course, is going to be the garden. I've got my friend who is who is loaning me a skid steer so we can push some dirt around. He also farms and raises gardens, so he knows stuff that I don't know. So he's going to come by and help me figure that stuff out too. That's going to be another couple of weeks down the road, but it's all coming together. Just wanted to share some of the progress with you guys, and we will check in with you later.